the story.
When I see the news and I see the media saying, oh, Somalians are pirates.
I'm not a pirate, I'm not a terrorist, I'm not here to kill people or to hurt anyone.
A couple of people said to me, are you Somalian? I'm like, yes, I am. And they go to me, why don't you go steal another ship?
Universally negative portrayals of their homeland lead many young Somalis into conflict with their cultural identity.
Because we're not only black, we're black and Muslims and Somalians, so we have to prove ourselves like 3 times harder to people.
Being Somali and British, that's an interesting question because I cannot call myself a Somali British. I'm either British or Somalian. I don't see myself as Somalian.
Noura and Ilyas are success stories. Both first-generation immigrants, both studying for further degrees, both with the bright futures ahead of them.
Although I used to live in Somalia, I don't really remember a lot. I remember playing with the animals when I was a little kid because we used to have a farm.
My mum's side of the family, their tribe are originally nomads, so it'll be interesting to know about my mum's roots and how, back in the day, how they used to live.
Today, Noura and Ilyas are on their way to Wales to spend a weekend under canvas. They're staying at a farm called Degmo. Degmo is a Somali word that describes a settlement of nomadic cattle herders.
Nice to meet you.
Barashawan accent, Noura. Welcome to Degmo. Ilyas, Barashawan accent. Good to meet you.
Degmo was created by Hamish Wilson. Hamish's family has a generation of a shared history with Somalia. Hamish himself has spent years studying rural tribal culture.
Now, if Granny goes on about how she used to milk goats and so on whilst you're living in a high-rise flat in Tower Hamlets, it doesn't have much relevance to you. But when you come here and you actually see a goat to milk and you see the sheep, you can connect to it.
It's something that you can dream of, do you know, like, not dreams, like pictures don't look realistic. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Beautiful.
Whereas today, in this country, the majority of people are largely unaware that most of the things that grow in this area actually once had a use. It's the same as in Somalia, you know, that history is very similar.
There's a very sweet plant in Somalia called gedhammer.
This is the British equivalent of gedhammer. And this is a type of wild mint called corn mint. If you bruise the leaves,
smell it, Dad?
Bruise the leaves, squeeze the leaves between your fingers.
I can feel it.
Yeah, and smell it.
I can smell the mint.
And you can use this, it's good for your stomach. This is called yarrow. Yarrow has very similar properties to many plants in Somalia that are used if you have a cut. If you squash the leaves and make a poultice out of it and put it on the wounds, it will stop bleeding. Look at these. These are called rose hips, and these are very, very, very rich in vitamin C. So this was a very important food before. And there are similar sorts of berries in Somalia that the people collect.
I can't do it.
That's how you need it. No, he's not it.
It was really good milking that goat. It felt weird at first because I didn't know how to do it. I didn't get a hang of it. But after Mel showed me, I got used to it and then I did it. First time ever, you know.
The older Somalis find evocative of their childhood is the smell of smoke, is the fire. Because this is something that they've not seen since they were in Somalia.
Hamish brought back an encyclopedic knowledge of rural culture from the tribes he lived with in Somalia.
I said to myself, I'll never ever put my foot in Somalia till the day I die. But now I'm changing my mind. I want to go back and chase my roots.
I learned how to milk a cow today. Not a cow, I mean a goat.
Like a new chapter for me to find out who I am, my roots, where I come from.
An unlikely experience of their heritage in the middle of a rural Herefordshire has had a transformative effect on Nora and Ilya's feelings about their homeland.
Thank you,
Thank
Hamish.
you very much
Thank
for
you for everything
coming.
you've done
Have a
for
safe
us.
journey home. Hope you've enjoyed yourself and maybe
Definitely,
learned
I
a little
did.
bit.
I learned a lot.
Thank you very
I
much,
see
Master,
Digma.
for this time you gave us, you and your family gave us your time.
Degmo's evocation of a noble and ancient nomadic tradition built a bridge between cultures, one of a mutual respect that emphasizes our similarities rather than our differences.